Let me introduce our group member. The first one is me, Muhammad Shazwan Fakrullah. The second member is Zurizat bin Zul Rahman. The third one is Muhammad Aidil bin Amir Muhammad. And the last is Muhammad Aidit Hakimi. Introduction for our group project. Background Body Mass Index or BMI is a widely used indicator for assessing body weight status and potential health risk associated with underweight, overweight, and obesity. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), BMI is commonly applied in public health studies due to its simplicity and effectiveness in classifying weight categories. Elevated BMI levels are associated with increased risk of non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and hypertension. The objective of this group project is to determine the average body mass index based on the adapted dataset, to identify the level of physical activity measured in hours per week, and lastly, to examine the relationship between physical activity level and body mass index. The methodology of this study is we use secondary data adapted and simulated from official public health statistics published by the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention or CDC. The dataset consists of 40 observations representing individual level data and includes two quantitative variables. First, physical activity level, hours per week, and body mass index or BMI. The data were generated to reflect the inverse relationship between physical activity and BMI, commonly reported in public health research and are used solely for academic purposes, including descriptive analysis, Pearson correlation, and simple linear regression. Graphical techniques are methods used to show data, relationships, or processes through charts, graphs, or diagrams. In statistics, these techniques help present data visually. Different types of graphs are used to analyze data based on what suits it best. And for this project, we use bar chart to show qualitative data, usually from frequency tables. The variables are shown on the horizontal axis and the values are shown on the vertical axis.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Aidil bin Amir Muhammad. This slide explains the numerical techniques used to summarize the data. The mean is the average value of the data set. The median is the middle value when the data are arranged in order, and the mode is the most frequently occurring value. This numerical measure help us understand the central tendency and overall pattern of the data. These slides explain the concept of correlation and regression. Correlation is used to measure the strength and direction of the relationship between two variables, with the correlation coefficient ranging from 1 to +1. A value of R equal 0.85 indicate a strong positive correlation, meaning that as a body weight increase, BMI also increase. Regression is used to predict BMI based on body weight. The simple linear regression model is written as BMI equal to beta 0 plus beta 1, where a positive beta 1 shows that BMI increase with body weight. For this slide presents the result and discussion of the study. The data are presented using tables and graphical methods to clearly show the relationship between physical activity level and BMI. From the data, we can observe that individuals with higher physical activity levels tend to have lower BMI values. This This suggests that physical activity may have an influence on BMI.
Hello, my name is Zurizat bin Zurahman. For this slide, we can see a scatter plot that shows the relationship between physical activity or PHY and body mass index or BMI. From the graph, there is a negative linear relationship. This means that when PHY decreases, the BMI tends to decrease. So individuals who have higher physical activity usually have lower BMI. In conclusion, physical activity might play a role in maintaining healthier body weight. For this slide, we have a bar chart of the body mass index. For the first 20 observations, each bar represents the BMI value for one observation. This chart allows us to compare BMI values clearly and see the variation between individuals. From the bars, we can observe that some individuals have higher BMI while others are lower. This helps us understand the distribution of BMI levels across the dataset. Next, this slide explains the descriptive statistic for two variables, which are BMI and PHY. For BMI, the mean value is around 25.39. A higher mean shows an overweight tendency, while a lower value indicates healthy or underweight. The median is the middle BMI value, which is less affected by extreme values. The mode is the most common BMI value, but sometimes it may not be clear for continuous data. The standard deviation shows how much the BMI values vary from the mean. A higher standard deviation means the values are more spread out. The minimum and maximum BMI value shows the lowest and highest BMI found in the dataset. In summary, BMI values vary among individuals, showing differences in body weight within the sample.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Adit Hakimi. I will continue about correlation analysis. Correlation analysis is used to examine the relationship between two variables and see how closely they are related. The most common measure is the person correlation coefficient R, which tells us both the direction and strength of the relationship. A positive R indicates that as one variable increases, the other also increases, while a negative R indicates the opposite. The value of R range from -1 to 1, where -1 is a perfect negative correlation, and 1 is a perfect positive correlation, and also 0 means no correlation. The correlation coefficient is dimensionless, symmetric, measure only linear relationship, and can be affected by outliers. In our study, this helps us understand how BMI relates to physical activity. Next is regression analysis. Regression analysis is used to understand how one variable, called the independent variable, affects another, called the independent variable. In our study, we use simple linear regression to see how physical activity levels can predict BMI. The regression equation takes the form y equal a plus bx, where y is the BMI, x is the physical activity, and a is the intercept and b is the slope. The slope shows how BMI changes for every unit change in physical activity, and the R-square value indicates how well our model explains the variation in BMI. This analysis helps us predict BMI and understand the impact of physical activity on body weight. In conclusion, maintaining a healthy body mass index or BMI is crucial for overall health and well-being. Regular physical activity not only helps control body weight, but also improve cardiovascular health and reduce the risk of chronic disease. Achieving and maintaining a healthy BMI requires a combination of conscious exercise and a balanced diet. Based on our study, we recommend engaging in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity every week. It is also important to include a balanced diet rich in fruit, vegetables, and proteins. School and workplace should encourage regular exercise and healthy lifestyle program. Finally, regularly monitoring BMI can help detect potential health risk early and allow for timely preventive action.